The title of this movie is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. The film starts by showing a planet called Nowhere, which is now the new headquarters of the Guardians. Here we are shown all the team of the Guardians. One of them, Rocket Raccoon, goes to a room. Then from another planet, Adam Warlock comes there, who goes straight into Rocket's room. Because he had come to catch him. As soon as Rocket comes in front of him, he attacks him. Seeing this attack, all the Guardians become alert. After that, Nebula comes there to save Rocket. She was already very powerful. Now she puts a high-tech machine in her body, i.e. a very advanced machine, attacks Adam Warlock. But Adam Warlock, who was very powerful, very easily stops her attack. He throws her away and stacks her. Now after this, all the Guardians attack him one by one. But he was not in anyone's control. Although they pick him up and throw him, beat him a lot. But no one can stand in front of him. Now after seeing all these situations, when Rocket picks up his gun and starts moving toward him, before that Adam Warlock attacks him heavily. Such a dangerous attack that Rocket gets injured in a snap. He also fell to one place after being injured. Despite all this, Nebula does not give up. She gets up again and makes her hand a sword, which she goes and stabs Adam Warlock's stomach. Now he is so injured that he becomes conscious. Now before all the Guardians attack him again, Adam Warlock gets up and quickly runs away from Nowhere. Now Peter and his companion come to Rocket, who was also injured and lying there. To treat him, a device to cure the injuries is attached to his body. But as soon as the machine is activated, Rocket starts to tremble. Looking at it, it seems as if the machine is taking the life of Rocket. Seeing this, Nebula immediately comes there. She tells Peter to quickly turn off this machine. Then she scans and checks the whole body of Rocket and tells everyone that a lot of machines have been fitted inside his body. Inside all those machines, there is also a machine which is attached near the heart of Rocket. And if anyone tries to treat Rocket without removing that machine, then the same machine will take the life of Rocket. And all this was happening to Rocket because of the machine, that he was trembling. All the Guardians start to cure Rocket. While Rocket, who was injured, was unconscious, he starts to remember his old memories, that is, his past. In his memories, it is shown that many years ago, Rocket was a small raccoon, which is an animal, which was trapped in a cage with its own raccoons. But one day, High Evolutionary came there. He stole Rocket and then experimented on it. After that, Rocket's mind becomes very sharp. His intelligence, his strength, goes much higher than that of High Evolutionary. But as soon as the experiment is completed, the poor Rocket is put in another cell. There were many other animals like him here. They were also brought here by imprisonment to experiment. Those 3 animals become friends with Rocket. There, Nebula checks the whole body of Rocket and finds out where the machines fitted in him were made. So they all started thinking that if we go to the place where these machines were made, then it is possible that we will cure Rocket. And then the next moment he decides to go there, which was another planet, whose name was Orbiscope. Peter prepares his entire team, while he leaves his 2 companions here in Nowhere, and tells them that both of them have to take care of this place. Immediately after taking the rest of the team, Peter left for his mission. Now we are shown High Evolutionary, where Adam Warlock and his mom were with him. Here, Adam Warlock's mom tells High Evolutionary that my son is still very young, this is the reason that he failed in the mission, he could not bring Rocket. Hearing this, High Evolutionary became very angry. He says that no matter how I want Rocket. Saying this, he beats Adam Warlock a lot and threatens the mom and son that, if you fail to get Rocket next time and do not hand him over to me, then I will kill your entire generation. Here we come to know that the place where High Evolutionary is now, is a whole planet. This whole planet is just like our Earth. That's why its name is also Counter-Earth. Now here High Evolutionary is so crazy, so strange that he wants that all the planets, and the animals and creatures living there, should be absolutely perfect. That is, absolutely right in every way. That's why he goes to different planets, and picks up the animals and creatures there. And experiments on them, and tries to change them according to himself. He changes them so much that they become perfect according to his thinking. Similarly, when High Evolutionary went to the planet Earth to take the animals and creatures, that is, on our Earth, he liked the Earth so much that he decided that now I will also make a planet just like planet Earth, which will look and its environment will be just like Earth. Even the houses and people there will be like planet Earth. This whole planet is called Counter-Earth. The Guardians team sat in their ship and reached near the orboscope. But before they go inside the orboscope, some people come in their ship. One of whom is Gamora. Here all these people tell Peter Quill and the rest that Nebula has actually called us here. Because she has promised us that she will give us a reward of 100,000. If we go with her and help her. That's why now we have also come to support you in your mission. As I've told you that Rocket is faint, in his memories, in the past, we see again that the experiments that High Evolutionary had, among all the experiments, Rocket was the perfect so far. Because the brain of Rocket is very fast compared to everyone. First of all, High Evolutionary holds Rocket and takes a test of his brain. And when Rocket passes that test, High Evolutionary understood that Rocket is really very smart. After which he showed Counter-Earth to Rocket, where Rocket looks at the flying rocket and asks what it is. High Revolution says this is Rocket that always flies in the air. After which he brought Rocket's brain to a lab to test more. He shows Rocket a chamber there, and puts a turtle in the chamber in front of his eyes. And now he tries to change that turtle. Now the turtle has changed, but at the same time, it becomes very aggressive. High Evolutionary showing this to Rocket, says that I am able to change them, they are also perfect, but I do not understand one thing. Why do they become aggressive when I want to make them completely calm? Hearing this, Rocket looks at the chamber machine and tells High Evolutionary that there is a problem in this machine when it is put in the chamber machine and all of them are changed, then along with changing them, a chemical of their brain also changes. And that is the reason for all of them to become aggressive. So if you stop that chemical from changing, then all of them will be completely calm as you want. High Evolutionary does the same, he gets positive results after doing this. It happened exactly as they thought. High Evolutionary was very happy to see this and was also very surprised I have succeeded in my experiment. High Evolutionary was so happy that he tells his colleagues that I want the brain of my project Rocket. He is very smart, very intelligent. He really has such a brain that I do not even have. High Evolutionary was also angry that this Rocket Raccoon is my subject. I have made it like this through my experiment. So how can it be smarter than me? Although it is a small creature, but still, he tells his colleagues that kill him as soon as it happens tomorrow morning. Take out his brain and give it to me. I will experiment on his brain and find out that how it can think so creatively. And then with its help I will make a new world. Where I will only keep those creatures. Which will be completely perfect in every way, just like I want. And yes, after taking out his brain, kill his colleagues too. Because they are of no use to us now. As soon as he says this, Rocket is again locked in his jail. As soon as he comes to jail, Rocket tells his colleagues that we will be killed as soon as tomorrow morning. So now we have to do something and get out of here. After that, we will sit in the spaceship outside and get out of here. As soon as he says this, Rocket collects all the things there and makes a key. With that key, he opens the lock of his jail and comes out and also takes out his dearest friend. Then High Evolutionary comes there and shoots his friend. Due to which Rocket's friend dies there. Then High Evolutionary tells him I knew you would try to run away from here, so that's why I had to come here. And now I will kill your other colleagues. And right now I will take out your brain. I won't wait till morning. In front of his eyes, Rocket is very sad to see his friend dead. And now he was also very angry. He attacks High Evolutionary and runs after scratching his face. As soon as he came out of there and sat in the spaceship and took it out of there, that is, he was released from High Evolutionary. There, the whole team of Guardians comes together with Gamora to that planet orboscope. Then they reached there and came to the main area. At this place, all the information of Rocket was, they come out after taken out of Rocket file. Then after coming to their ship, the Guardians team opens Rocket file. All of them know from the file what has happened with Rocket so far. After that, the story of Rocket that we saw in the past, all the Guardians team also sees it. All the Guardians know that High Evolutionary has done a lot of wrong with Rocket. Watching the video, Nebula started pitying Rocket a lot. She says that so much injustice has never happened to anyone. Then everyone found out that the machine near the heart rocket, which is not letting him be treated, can be removed by putting a code in it. But the Guardians could not find out. This is because the people of High Evolutionary had removed the code from Rocket file. But the Guardians find out through the file that who has removed that code. And now who has the information of that code. So now they decide that we will go to that man and take the code from him and save the life of Rocket. But Gamora refuses to do this and tells them that that man is with High Evolutionary at the moment. So if we go there, everyone will be killed. So now I can't help you. She then sends her location to her companion, that where am I at this time? Come to pick me up quickly. But we see that her companion has been caught by Adam Warlock and his mom in the horoscope. So as Gamora sends her location, Adam Warlock and his mom also found out about it. So that's why they go to catch Guardians. As soon as Guardians reach High Evolutionary, he tells them that you know what my plan is. Now I will kill you all and get Rocket from you, which is my subject. I have done all this. I have called you here through my plan. After which he orders his people that there is Rocket in Guardian's ship outside. Go and get him quickly. Then High Evolutionary goes and sits in his ship and orders his people to destroy the whole planet after my departure. His people start doing the same. They start destroying the planet by flying the ship, which leads to explosions everywhere. Seeing all this, the two people of Guardians Team Peter and Groot who were there start fighting with the people of High Evolutionary. With their powerful gun, they start shooting them and pick up the man who has the code of that machine, through which they can save Rocket. Now Peter's other companions see that the whole planet is being destroyed, while High Evolutionary is getting his ship out of here. Now the three members of Guardians team feel that Peter and Groot are still in the spaceship. To save them, they go to the spaceship. But in reality, Peter and Groot had already jumped out of the spaceship with the man. Peter and Groot go straight to Rocket in their spaceship. They put the code in Rocket, through which the machine which was close to his heart turned off. Peter also treats his wounds, through which Rocket gets completely fine. Now Nebula contacts Peter and asks him, where are you? We came to the spaceship to save you. Peter tells him that me and Groot have already left from there. We are in our spaceship and Rocket is also with us, who is quite fine now. Hearing this, the three members of the Guardians team quickly try to get out of the spaceship. But first High Evolutionary comes there and imprisons them. The three members of the Guardians team see that there are a lot of small creatures and animals here who have been imprisoned by High Evolutionary because he is going to experiment on them. Seeing this, they all decide that now we will not go alone from here, but now we will free them all and take them with us. Peter and his other companions leave for High Evolutionary spaceship to save their other companions. Peter contacts his planet Nowhere and tells his companion to come here quickly where I tell you. When his companion does so, the location was very close to High Evolutionary spaceship. After which Peter comes in his spaceship with his companions to save his companions. Here we see a great fight between High Evolutionary, his companions and the Guardians of the Galaxy team. But because the Guardians team was braver, the Ghost faces them well. And after a great fight, they defeat them. And then finally they defeat High Evolutionary. They all tell Rocket to kill High Evolutionary quickly, but Rocket refuses to do so and tells his team that I am not like him. If High Evolutionary is like this, then I cannot become like him. With this, the Guardians team frees all the people imprisoned in High Evolutionary ship, animals, creatures. They also put them all in Nowhere and come there themselves. And in doing all this, a dog accompanies them who was Peter's companion. Because he uses his powers to connect the Nowhere planet with High Evolutionary spaceship. But he had put so much power that his power breaks in the middle, due to which the Nowhere planet and High Evolutionary spaceship are separated from each other. Due to which all the people had come to the Nowhere planet, but Peter was still in High Evolutionary spaceship. Seeing this, Peter was very scared. He jumped a long jump and tried to come to Nowhere. But by doing this, he hangs in space in the open sky, where his condition gets very bad. It felt like he was going to die. But before that, Adam Warlock came there and picks up Peter and takes him to nowhere, which saves his life. After which all the Guardians decide that now we will create a new world with all these animals, creatures and humans, where he will give them all a good life and let them all become what they want. Now Peter makes Rocket the leader of the Guardians Galaxy team and tells his companions that I have been in space since childhood, that is on these other planets. I have been away from my family for so long, but my grandfather will still be alive on Earth. I have to go to meet him. So for some time I am taking a break from my work. After which Gamora and Peter's other companion set out on their own journey, because both of them also wanted to do what they wanted to do. Now after them all the people who survive, one by one, Rocket makes a team, who now have Adam Warlock in this new team because he had improved. Peter had come to Earth, where he meets his grandfather. He also gets very happy to see him. In nowhere, a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy is dancing. Seeing him, the children there also start dancing. And seeing them, the rest of the team of the Guardians of the Galaxy also start dancing, because they were liking their life a lot, and they were very happy. And with this great movie ends here.
Please like and subscribe my channel for more such content.